Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Rich Guzman and welcome to Ace and Rich Freedom by Design. And guys, in today's live, we're going to talk about what's holding you back, the things in life that hold us back from success or whatever we want to achieve in our lives, whatever we want to accomplish, whatever goals that we have. So before we get started, guys, be sure if you're watching this on YouTube to comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to click on the notification bell so you don't miss a beat when we create lives just like this and provide valuable content just for you. Now, also, guys, here on Facebook, you're watching us on Facebook as well. Be sure to actually leave a comment here and let us know that you're here and alive and ticking, because we're about to get down, we're about to get serious, and we're about to hit some emotional strings here, probably. So, anyways, let's find out who is on the live with us right now. And let me head over here to the Facebook. Tracy Lee, what's up? What's happening? Welcome to the live. Tracy Lee, Crystal Miller, Mark and Dana Brown. What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome, guys. Welcome. Hey, look at this. Tracy Lee, top fan. I love it. I love it. Love it, guys. So I'm gonna get started with the content just in a minute. I just want to make sure that people are hopping on, give them a chance to get on, and then we'll get started with the content. Whew. All right. Here we go. All right, here we go. Hi, Crystal. How you doing? Hey, Mark and Dana Brown. What's happening? Or maybe Dana. I'm not sure. Well, whoever it is, hello. Okay, cool. Let me just get started. We're going to be here for about 20 minutes to 30 minutes. So let me get started with the content. Now, here's the thing about, today's topic is it's all about what's holding you back, right? And I heard this a long time ago. And, when I was brand new and I was like, what's this person talking about? Ain't nothing holding me back. You know what I mean? I was just in that state of mind. Mindset was all jacked up. And I was like, ain't nothing holding me back. I know what I'm doing. I know what I need to do. And I just had an ego and things like that. But the reality is sometimes we really don't know what we're doing, right? We don't know what we're doing because, we get stuck. And when we get stuck, we really feel like we know what to do. And the reality is sometimes we need to take a step back and listen and pay close attention, what's going on around us. Okay. And I can tell you, I'll tell you a story how it happened, for me, like back in 2008, when I first got started in internet marketing, I remember there were a lot of things that were holding me back in the very beginning because, I didn't understand how to be an entrepreneur. I didn't understand. And I'm trying to reflect back and feel that emotion and what it felt like because, I was just coming off a band. I just left my band that I've been with over a decade. And, I was starting a brand new journey because I wanted to, I was just ready for a change. I was ready for something. And plus my job, it was just a job. And, I just paid the bills and things like that. And so when I first got started, I knew I wanted to get started. I knew I wanted to become an entrepreneur. But what I thought was becoming an entrepreneur in my eyes was not like the reality of being an entrepreneur. I thought that by looking at someone else's success and looking at someone else's results, that I could apply those exact same results at that time. I was like, well, hey, if they can do it, I can do it too. Yeah, that's true. I believe in that. But the reality is like, I didn't even know them, number one. Two, I didn't even know how long they were even doing it for, right? I didn't even know, what skill sets they developed over the years. And, I could look back now and realize like, now I know what was holding me back, my expectation of what I thought was entrepreneurship, I was living like in this fantasy land, and I saw these people have success and I'm like, yep, I can do it. I can do it, and I didn't really think about what I really wanted, what I was supposed to do. All I was thinking was like, I want to make money like them. That's all I wanted. I was like, I want to make money like them because I want to be free, all these different things. And then, and no matter what, it seemed to me that I didn't want to get uncomfortable enough to actually make things happen. I wanted it to be easy. I wanted it to, just okay, it's just a few steps. I can learn that. Let me just take action and make it happen and things like that. And The reality is, when you go into that mentality thinking that it could be that quick, or you're doing it just for the money, you have no grounds for sustaining yourself in the business psychologically, because you won't last, you won't make it. You know what I mean? So when I realized, the breakthrough for me was when I realized I knew what was holding me back, and what was holding me back is what the reality really was. And the reality was, it was going to take time. It was going to take effort. It was going to take falling on my face several times, being homeless, talking to people. I mean, just a lot of different things that I had to make sacrifices to grow and be an entrepreneur. Now I can say I'm an entrepreneur, right? I'm 100% free. I have the ability to coach and mentor anyone, and I can teach them to get results, right? I'm very confident in when I say I'm an entrepreneur now. In the beginning, I said I was an entrepreneur, but the reality is I wasn't an entrepreneur. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I thought I was an entrepreneur, but the reality was that I was just living in a fairy tale world. And most people, unfortunately, live in that same world that I lived in before. Now I can tell you that the reality is, this is the real world. The real world is, wow, I need to make sure I have a job. I need to make sure I have money to invest into my business. I need to make sure that if I don't have money to invest in my business, I'm also living in a fairy tale world, right? Because what happened? I went through this company and made a lot of money, and everything was going great for a while. Well, because I thought I knew it all. I thought, I didn't need a list. I didn't need all that stuff because I was making a lot of money. The reality is that no, I needed to develop more skill sets. So I lost it all. I lost everything. I lost my 6-figure business. I lost my bonus checks. I lost everything to the point of zero. And it went away fast. It took a while to build it up, but it went away fast. And when it went away fast, I was literally losing, a little bit of my confidence, a little bit of my, my happiness because of what I've accomplished. But it was my own fault. And I need to take responsibility for that, right? Whenever something happens to us, we need to take responsibility when something does not go right, and not blame anyone or anything, because we're human and we have free will and we could actually make our own decisions. Okay. So if I can reflect back, if I would have built the list like I was supposed to, I would have been okay, right? Because if I would kept developing the skill sets and avoided what I really needed to learn and really needed to do to become an entrepreneur in the beginning, then I wouldn't have, lost it all. I would have probably been able to sustain a little bit more and stuff like that. But when you're new and you're starting out, we think we know it all. We think we got a handle on everything, and that's the worst way to think, because it really hurt you and set you back, like what happened to me. This is why now, today, I have a lot more gratitude. I'm more grateful. I'm more grateful for the things that I have. My family, my other half, Ace, every single one individuals that we coach, we give it 110%. We could be exhausted, and we give every ounce of energy to everyone who has signed up with us in Diamond Coaching. Why? Because we're giving it our 110%. We're training you guys on to be a professional marketer, not an amateur. Okay. And we know what it takes because of the journey that we've been through. And I can tell you that when you ask yourself, why am I struggling? Why am I not gaining ground? It always reflects back to something is holding you back. And 9 times out of 10, it's always a mindset issue, just like it was for me. And this I could just think about it like it was yesterday. So my advice to everyone out there who is watching this video right now, every single one of you, Raina, Joyce, Kasha, hey, Catherine Ann and Kasha, how you doing? Welcome to the live. Tracy Lee, everyone who is on here. I have a lot of people on here. Okay, Mandy, Lupe, Lamar. Always keep your mind open and fresh to always learn new skill sets, and never ever think that you know it all, because there's always something else to acquire, some new knowledge. Okay, or maybe you got a little piece of it, but you didn't fully understand it, and then when you reflect back and did it over again, and over again, and over again, it finally hits you like, oh, that's why I struggle. That's why I continue not to create my own economy or create my own income, right? It always reflects back to the mindset. It's so funny. We could learn skill sets and we could take action on those skill sets, but how are we going to handle it when things are not going perfectly on a certain day? How are we going to handle it? Are we going to be able to go through it okay? Are we going to have a really bad day? It's going to affect our whole week, our whole month, our productivity? Or are we looking at this like it's a job, right? Because it's not a job. It's definitely a business. And so if I can reflect back and say to myself, like, what would I tell my old self? I can go back in time. I would say, whatever you do, don't stop building a list. That's number one. Number two, whatever you do, don't quit your day job. Use your job to fund your dreams, right? I coined that phrase. Use your job to fund your dreams. You need capital to invest in your business. A business needs investing. And if you don't invest in your business consistently, what do you have? You have a hobby. Now, you can do it. Let's talk about free marketing for a second. Free marketing takes years. It takes years, guys. Let me give you an example. If you want to make it in YouTube, you have to create videos on a daily basis for about 3 years straight to gain some pretty good ground. Okay. And before that, you'll start generating some leads, but not enough that it starts to change some things, right? Because you have to go through that journey. You have to go through that level of consistency to recognize your challenges. How are you going to face those challenges when you face them, right? As you're creating content on a daily basis. Can you stick with it? Is it something that you struggle with? Is it something you can't stay consistent with? And if you can't stay consistent with it, there's definitely a mindset issue, and it boils down to two things. Number one, you're not hungry enough. Number two, your belief is not there. When you have strong belief and you are hungry, you literally will not stop marketing. You will not stop creating content, right? Because number one, you need to have a vision. Number two, you need a direction, okay? And I can tell you, if you have no direction, right? And number three, roadmap, right? You need that roadmap. You don't have that roadmap, you don't know where you're going, okay? And you have to make sure that you start to really think about and solidify, when you made a decision to become an entrepreneur, are you really acting like an entrepreneur, or are you acting like an amateur? Are you acting like someone who is, saying, well, I want to be an entrepreneur, but I don't need to do this, or that, right? You think you can get away with it just by doing just pretty much one thing. And the reality is, you have to make that decision, and you have to believe in it and say, look, I am going to take consistent action every single day. I don't care if anything happens, because I know that along that journey, something's going to give. Not only that, but I'm going to learn something from it. And I'm probably going to not recognize myself in the past, because I've come so far of my journey that I've discovered some things that I probably would have never discovered unless I took that journey. Why is it that every time that happens? Why? Because when you stick with something for a long time and you go through the journey, you start to figure some things out that you didn't figure out before. And that's the reality. And you're never going to find out what's holding you back unless you go through that journey. So like I said, if you're like a challenge, or if you're like trying to create content on a daily basis to gain some ground, to get some momentum going in your business, and you're not sticking with that challenge, it's always a mindset issue that's holding you back. It's always something that is just, it's internal, and you got to figure out why it's happening. And like I said, I went through it, and it's usually because, number one, I am always like if I reflect back, it's always because my lack of belief, okay? And also my lack of belief. I'm trying to brain fart right now, but there's something else. So I just said it earlier. My lack of belief, and the fact that when someone doesn't have oh God, what was it? Give me a second. I'm gonna get back to it in a moment. When you have lack of belief, guys, nothing is going to happen. Nothing at all. Okay. I'm telling you right now, nothing's going to happen. If you do not have any belief, it's not going to work. I'm telling you right now. There's days that my belief gets challenged. Yes, my belief gets challenged. So what do? If my belief gets challenged, what do? That's when I put my entrepreneur cap on, and I work even harder. I work even smarter, and I get stronger, right? Being an entrepreneur is like you're in a battleground, you're in a battlefield, right? Do you have your armor set? I mean, are you ready for battle? Are you ready to go out there and just crush it under any circumstances, under anything that's maybe hitting your mind and saying, I don't know if this is for me. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if it's even possible, right? There's so many reasons why things hold people back, right? And everybody's different, okay? Yeah, Tracy Lee, a vision. A vision is definitely important. So really, guys, start to think about, like, today what I'm talking about in this live, and ask yourself, what is holding me back? Why some days do I complain? Why do some days I don't take action? Why do some days I know I should be doing a particular activity, but sitting back feels better than actually not doing the activity, right? When you know internally it feels better and comfortable to sit back and not do the activities that you're supposed to be doing, then there's something wrong. And you got to take a look at that, because that's a problem. That is a major problem. And it all boils down to mindset. It's going to hold you back from success. It's going to hold you back from getting results. And you're going to wonder why it's not happening for you. Now, let me share something with you. We all heard about the 80-20 principle, right? You ever notice the 80-20 principle? Why does the 80-20 principle exist? Because you could be teaching something in front of a room full of people, and only a small percentage actually get results from what they were learning. Why is that? I mean, you got to really, for me, it's like I got to dig deep and find out why is that, right? So and I know why. Because there's two kinds of people. One kind of person says, I am so hungry. I want things to change so bad that I'm going to do everything in my power to build my business every single day without fail, nonstop, even if nothing happens on a particular day. That's one type of person. They're going to follow every step, every direction without fail and not miss a beat. That's a 20%er. Now let's talk about the 80%, okay? The 80% talks, but takes less action. They say they want to do it, okay? They say they want to do it, and they're in the same room with the 20%, but the 80%, they'll start, and when they don't see something change in their way, their belief gets tested. And when their belief gets tested, it falls back. It falls back, and they're done. And they start to take a little steps forward, take a few steps back, take a few steps forward, take a few steps back, and they never gain that momentum. They never gain that system that they're building for themselves, because online we build our own system and processes, right? On the internet. So if you're not constantly taking action with a strong belief, so you can start gaining some momentum, like that locomotive train that was trying to go up the mountain, remember? I think I can, and then I know I can, right? Some people just go, I think I can, and they stay on that think I can, right? The 20% that goes, oh, I know I can. I'm going to do it. under any, I don't care what challenges face, I'm going to go through it. I'm going to go through these walls one after the other. Boom, 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 boom. And they're going to let nothing stand in their way, even when the results are not coming in. Why is that? Why is that? Because they're hungry. Vision, yes. Hunger, desire, change. The ability to change themselves. To be someone that they want to be that they're not right now. When you see someone successful, okay, you inspire, I guess you're inspired, and you say to yourself, I want to be successful like that. I want to be successful like that. Or I want to be like that person or that person. But there's something about them. I can't put my finger on it, but there's just something about them. Do you know what that is? It's their journey. What you witness when you see someone successful and you watch them and you wonder why you're magnetized to them is because of their journey. That's what connects you to them. And it shows it without even them speaking. Isn't that amazing? You know what I'm talking about, right? But that's the reality. And you need to understand that if you want to stop dealing with all these mindset issues, you got to dig deep and find out what's holding you back and say to yourself, I see that I know that I'm challenging myself, but I'm not staying in the challenge. Like, we had a 30-day video challenge. Some people stayed with it. Some people didn't. I expected it because it's totally normal. And truth be told, my first challenge, I didn't stick with in the very beginning because why? I had a mindset issue. There was things that were holding me back. I wasn't hungry enough. I wasn't hungry enough for change. My belief level should have been even higher. God, I thought my belief level was great. It wasn't. Now my belief level is super high, right? Back then, I thought my belief level was, no, it wasn't. Now it is, but back then it wasn't. So your mind could be playing tricks on you. When you think you're hungry enough or you think that your belief level is high enough, the reality is your belief level is not high enough. Because if it was, you would be taking massive action on a daily basis without fail, and nothing will stop you. Then you'll start seeing results. Then you start learning some things that will show, some things will show up, and you'll learn it as they're showing up because you gave yourself a chance to go through that journey to experience those results. I call that wisdom, right? Over time, you're going to experience wisdom as being an entrepreneur, right? Running an online business. So yeah, 80% talks and then don't take action. It's just the reality. It's true. I was one of them in the beginning, we all go through it, but how do you transition from, like, if you got all this stuff holding you back, how do you transition, right? I mean, I need extra help. I had two coaches that mentored me. One of them was Jeffrey Combs. He's a multimillionaire, and I had to go to California for 3 days with him. And then I had another coach I went, his name was Dwayne Golden, and I spent 3 days in West Palm Beach, Florida with him. And I can tell you, I've learned some amazing things. I'll say Jeffrey, he was more personal, hardcore. He told me things that I really did not want to hear, but I needed to hear. So when the time came that I lost it all, I'm so glad that I invested in myself when I had a lot of money, because if I didn't, and then when I lost everything and I never, invested in myself for coaching, I don't think I would be where I'm at today. Because when I had to go back to work for the same building, all I remember was the coaching of what he told me, and it made me really, really strong to get back on my 2 feet again and start building my business from scratch all over again, because I had to start all over again, right? So, and that's hard. That's hard, guys. Let's not kid ourselves. When you go up on top and you lose it all, and you're right back at the bottom, and you got to start all over again. It's like a more like weight, more 10-ton cement on you the second time around than the first time. So you got to shatter through that even more. And God, if you can go through that, then nothing will stop you. So Tracy Lee says, guilty as charged. I have to dig deeper. Absolutely, you have to, and you got to really figure out, like, how bad do you really want it, right? I mean, if you feel there's a mindset, you need mindset coaching. You need to get a coach. You need to pay for it. People don't want to spend money on themselves. The majority of people do not want to spend money on themselves, and it's unfortunate, but it is a reality, right? In the beginning, I didn't want to. I bought some high ticket products in the beginning and stuff like that. I could invest in more in the beginning, but I didn't. I invested about a year later, and I'm glad that I did. And when I did, I discovered some things about myself that I didn't like. But I had to have someone bring it out that, who saw it, that I didn't see it, but he saw it and he brought it out of me. And still, I'm still going through the journey, guys. This is a lifelong journey. And I know there's a lot more that I need to learn about myself and my mindset to new levels and new heights. And I've contemplated actually getting another level of coaching with my coach again, to go even further. So, because I want to keep growing. The more that I can keep growing, the more that I could have a stronger mindset, and the more that I could benefit every single one of you by teaching you more about yourselves, teaching you more about your business and what happens, and just be real with you guys and just be upfront and transparent. And I know how you feel. I know exactly how you feel. Everybody has their own reasons. Everybody's going through their own journey. Everybody's going through their own thing. But I know how you feel because I've been there. I've totally been there. So let's see who we got. George Jolly says, yes, I am guilty of this too. Of course we are. The hardest thing, guys, really is to really be upfront with us, with each other, and be honest with ourselves. Nobody likes to face themselves in the mirror and tell the truth, right? No one. And if we actually reverse that and say, you know what? Let me have a conversation with you for once in your life, right? We never had a conversation. It's time for us to have a conversation. We need to get our shit together. We need to start getting this together up here. What's going on with you? Have a conversation with yourself and be honest with yourself. There's some things you're not going to like. That's when you start having a breakthrough and you start to understand, oh my God, now I know why certain things are holding me back in my life. It could be past historical moments. It happens, guys. It happens. We all go through all the shit from the past, right? Parents, right? Everybody's got dysfunctional families. Nobody is, innocent from that. What about teachers, right? We were structured to learn a certain way. So when we have to learn for ourselves, it's hard to think outside the box because we're always taught to learn from someone else. We're always taught to listen to someone else, but never ourselves. Every day we went to school, right? From kindergarten and on, it started right there. I need to learn from you and I can't learn from myself. So that way I have to be structured by you. Next grade up. Oh, I have to be structured by you, you, and you, and you, and you. Next grade, on and on and on. Let's count that over the years. How many teachers have we been structured by other people's minds? And then when it comes to us getting older and realizing that we don't want structure, we want to be an entrepreneur and want to create our own life and our own reality, then it becomes a challenge. And you wonder why it becomes a challenge. Because we have been structured by other minds and not our own. Now you know what's holding you back. Reflect back and really think about what I'm saying here. How many teachers have you gone through from kindergarten all the way to high school and college? The more that you've learned through somebody else's mind, the more your mind is contoured to the way that they think. It's the reality. It's the truth. Just like me when I was in the band hanging around with the four of the guys, I started thinking like them, right? I started to hey, you start to thinking alike like everybody else. You're surrounding your environment. So we need to understand that if we want to make it as an entrepreneur, we have to think like an entrepreneur and we have to break the cycle. We have to break that pattern that keeps holding us back, right? By actually breaking that pattern of all the stuff that we learned in the past. That means we have to unlearn what's here. We have to unlearn all this stuff, right, that we've learned over the years and then start putting new stuff in so we can cover the old stuff in the back in the subconscious mind. Then we start having a whole new awakening. When we have that new awakening, now we have breakthrough. Now we have a whole new way of thinking. And it becomes more of a normal reality versus something that is from the past than was our old reality, right? Because our new reality is what we're thinking consciously. Our old reality is what's in the subconscious mind. We've been programmed from teacher after teacher after teacher after teacher after teacher, friends after friends after friends after friends, mother, father, uncle, aunt, cousins, sisters, brothers. The list goes on and on. If you add all those things up, your mind is a reflection of every person you associated yourself with over all those years. Think about that. And that, my friend, is an aha moment for you. So now we need to really break that pattern. Susan Gill says, have you read the 4 Agreements? This will blow your mind. No, but hun, look up that book for me, the 4 Agreements. I would love to check it out.
Okay.
Thank you for that. Appreciate that. So I can tell you the reason why I've broken that cycle is because I've gotten mentorship, I've gotten coaching, and I needed it. I really, really needed it. But the difference is I needed it, but I wanted it. Okay? I needed it, but I wanted it. Oh, she gave me the link, which is cool. Thank you. Thank you, Susan. So, when we say we need something, isn't it funny how we can say that we need something? But the reality is when we say we need something, we never do it. You ever notice that? Why is that? Why is it that we always say, I need this. I need to get that. I need to do this. And then we don't do it, even though we know we need it. You ever notice that? Isn't that amazing? But what happens when we say, I want that? It's a whole different way of thinking, isn't it, guys? I want that. I want that. How bad do you want that? It's a different language, right? Need is kind of like, I need it. It's comfortable. But when you say, I want that, how are you going to get it? It's a different conversation. It's a different language. Because when you say you want something, that speaks volume of determination. When you say you need something, it's kind of like, I need that. Do you really need it or do you want it? When I want something, it starts with me like having a desire to want it, right? So if I have desire to want it, then my actions are like, it gets real serious about it. It goes, I want that. I want to make that happen, right? The difference from like, I need that. See the difference? So you guys want something in your life, say, I want that. And get a little pissed off about it. And say, I'm sick and tired of the way things have been. I want that. And you know why you want that? It's not because you need it. It's because you have to tell yourself you deserve it. And when you tell yourself you deserve it, you'll make it happen. If you say, I need it, you won't take it seriously. But if you say you want it, then you know you deserve it. All right. All right, cool, guys. It's 7:32. Man, we have some great content today, huh? Let me know, guys, in the chat if you have any questions about what I talked about. And let me see. George Jolly says, Rich, my adult children, that they learn how to work for others. For me, that is why it's difficult for them to grasp doing an online business. Yes, and that's a really good example. But it's not your fault, Joyce, because your mind is a reflection of all the people you associated yourself with over the years since you were a child up to an adult, right? So absolutely normal. But the first step is being aware, right? Aware that there is something there that's holding you back. And when you are aware of that, that is the first step to freedom. Let's see here. Susan says, great to see you both. Oh, it's great to see you, Susan. Let's see. Lamar says, hey, Rich, I love your message tonight. Oh, I love my message too. I get so passionate about just talking about how the mind works and finding out what's holding people back, because I see people with so much great potential. And it freaking pisses me off sometimes because, we care about people's success. And I look at people and I go, man, you have it in you, but you're being held back by, there's some things that are holding you back. And you got to find out what that is. Because once you find out and you have that breakthrough, that's it. Game over. Nobody's stopping you. I'm just letting you know right now. Once you break free from that, that's it. You're home free. Let's see. Martin Dana Brown says, kind of like a saying, I should versus I will. Yeah. You know how people say, like, I need that, you know? No, I want that. Right? It sounds great when you say I want it. It sounds more positive. It sounds exciting, exhilarating, and like you want it. You know? You should want it. You deserve it. Don't let anybody tell you don't deserve anything. You know, we're taught lack of. Why should we think lack of? Why don't we think more about like what we want? Nothing wrong with asking for what you want. You know, don't feel guilty. You feel guilty about asking for what they, for what they want. Remember your parents like, don't ask for this, right? Remember that? Like if you go to the store, stop asking. Ask yourself what you want. Like literally say, I want that. And when you ask yourself what you want, you know what you want, then you say, I want that. Break that pattern right now, starting today. I want that. And you can have it. Well, who said it? Abraham Hicks. She said, ask and it is given. And you know what? It can be further from the truth. Ask and it is given. But you have to ask in a way about you exactly what you want. You have to know exactly what you want and go after it. Because if you really want it, you'll get it. Let's see here. David Willentoom says, after being an employee for 48 years, I feel I need a year of mindset reprogramming, especially as it relates to money, my why, and what are not strong enough. My why and what are not strong enough. Okay. David, I mean, my coach, you could definitely, hit up my coach, send him a message, tell him I sent you. Say, hey, Rich sent me over to you. And, he'll give like a free coaching session to you, a free 15-minute on the phone, I mean, woo, what's happening to you, David, okay, is that you have certain emotions that are going on right now in your mind, and you're addicted to your emotions. When you're addicted to your emotions, you get comfortable in those emotions. That's why they keep, reoccurring, okay? And I learned that through him, and it's true. We are addicts of our own emotions. Okay, think about that. All right, guys, we're all addicts of our own emotions. Our emotions keep us stuck. That's also another reason we get held back. Okay, our emotions get the best of us. Okay, so whenever we feel emotional about a particular thing and we know that it's not right, like say an anger emotion, that is because we're addicted to that emotion. So let's say we get up every day and we're repeating that same pattern over and over. Then that means that we're addicted to a certain emotion. We're addicted to a certain thing in a certain way, because we get addicted to a negative emotion. It's a disappointment. It's connected to a disappointment. So therefore, you're addicted to that emotion that's connected to that disappointment. So therefore, overall, you're addicted to your disappointment. So if you're addicted to your disappointment, there's no room for growth because you're stuck in that pattern. You're stuck in that box. And that's another thing that could hold you back if you're addicted to your disappointments. Because we all have disappointments in our lives, in our past. And if we can't let go of that, that means we are having an addiction in our mind. And when we're addicted, we are stuck in that addiction to that disappointment. And it's harder to break free. So you have to unlearn that disappointment of what you've been dealing with, okay? And literally start learning new emotions that are more beneficial for you to start acquiring what you want: happiness, abundance, just all the great things in life, health, things that people want to attract in their lives. Let's see. Tina says a little later. Tina said a top fan. Look at David, top fan. Tina, top fan. Woo, look at this. Look at the top fan. George Jolly, top fan. Tracy Lee, top fan. See, Sophia, top fan. Ooh, I love all the top fans. I love it. I love it, guys. Any more questions, guys? Hey, Joel, how you doing, bud? Let's see. The battle always goes on, guys. It's never gonna end. You're an entrepreneur. Let's see. Any other questions, guys? Before we go. I'll give you guys another minute. If I don't see any more questions, we'll wrap this live up. But I do want to thank you guys for being here today. It means a lot to me that you're here and I can share this knowledge and wisdom, stuff that I've been through over the years that I can share with you. And like I said, I'm still going through my journey, right? I'm still learning new things. And, you know, it's all about always wanting the desire to grow and learn and discover more about yourself that you don't like. And if you're honest with yourself, you're going to discover new things about yourself that you don't like, which is healthy. It's not bad, because you become more aware of these things, then you know how to change it. Tina Brew says, thank you, Ace and Rich. Oh, you're welcome. Crystal Miller says, thank you, Rich. I sure needed to hear your message for tonight. I'm glad because I know what you guys are feeling. I really do. And I know it sounds cliche, but it's true. I know how you feel. I know what you're going through because I went through the exact same thing. Just trust me when I tell you to trust in yourself. Trust me when I tell you to trust in yourself. If you could trust in yourself, more and more great things will happen for you. If you don't trust in yourself, that's when you're going to be addicted to negative things and it's not going to serve you well. Just learn, if any message that I can get through to you today, trust in yourself more and more each day, and love yourself more, appreciate yourself more, have gratitude within you, for yourself more. And you will start thinking differently. You will start taking action on a daily basis, and you won't get upset when nothing's working out for you, because you're in the beginning stages of growing and learning, right? Everybody is in a different part of their journey, right? Don't compare yourself with anybody else. Compare yourself with yourself. And then you can start to get to know yourself, and then you can start having your own results, and then you can start, feeling gratitude for yourself, and then you'll be a lot happier in your life. Okay. So with that being said, guys, my name is Rich Guzman. I want to thank you guys for stopping by this live today. Thank you so much. And guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to click on the link below this video. I left you a link where you get started and create a business from scratch. So if you want to create more abundance in your life, I'm going to teach you exactly how to create a business from scratch. Not only that, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and click on the notification bell so you don't miss a beat when we go live and create valuable content like this just for you. Also, Facebook, everyone here on Facebook, thank you so much for being here. I love you guys. I appreciate you. If you have any questions, hit us up, send us a message on Facebook Messenger, and we'll respond back to you, okay? Take care, guys. Have a great day, and I appreciate all of you. Bye now.